It's Christine, and I'm back with another nature journaling tip. So today's tip is trying to push out of your comfort zone. Many of us are procrastinating perfectionists, or when we draw outside or in our gardens or the backyard or even in our studio like I am today, we just stick with what we know and love and are comfortable with. Like we might like to draw flowers, or we might like to draw birds. But I suggest pushing out of your comfort zone and drawing something that's a little bit different, maybe a little bit drab or old or weird or subtle or even ugly. Now, of course, ugliness and beauty are in the eyes of the beholder, but there are some definite positives for getting out of your comfort zone. And so one of them is to really reduce the fear of doing something new. And so often we are fearing of the blank page, and so we just stick with something we're comfortable with and we already like to do. But just like in all of life, it's good to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone also helps you to observe and appreciate things you might not necessarily do. Like this amazing piece of driftwood. Isn't this cool? It almost looks like a spooky hand. And that's really fun to draw, actually, because it's good practice for looking at three-dimensional shapes and textures. I've got a few more examples here from my cabinet of curiosities. Here's a very odd-looking bone, which is actually from a turtle carapace. Here's another bone, very interestingly shaped vertebrae. So doing something you normally wouldn't appreciate, maybe even a volcanic rock like the kind we have here in Central Oregon. Or this is a very cool sort of petrified oyster shell with some weird things growing on top of it. I also recently found some other things that might be fun to draw that might be otherwise weird or drab or different. This is a paper wasp nest, and here's another part of a nest. Isn't that cool, with interesting patterns and textures? Even a dead leaf has a lot more personality, I would think, than a beautiful green leaf. And this I recently got from my garden. This used to be a beautiful lily. And of course, now it's about time to put it in a paper bag in the garage and wait till next spring when it will bloom again. But I suggest trying something like this to draw. Now, how did I come up with this idea? Well, as you may know, I'm a professional biological illustrator, and so often I'm asked to draw things that aren't necessarily beautiful. That might be even downright weird and scary. For example, this is a dog tick, and this is an original watercolor I created from an actual tick that I had to collect because I had a job doing a handout on how to protect yourself from yourself and your dogs from ticks. I also had another very cool job with a conservation group called the Toucan Rescue Ranch, and they're in Costa Rica, and I was volunteering there, and I was volunteering to do some illustrations. And you know, we can't always draw what we want to draw, so I was actually asked to look at the parts and the anatomy of a sloth, because sloths are very often found in distress in tropical regions where they live because they've fallen out of trees or because they've been electrocuted and chased by dogs. So anyway, their internal anatomy is very unique. They're just about one of the only animals that lives in a tree and that only eats leaves, kind of like a koala. And so they have a very interesting stomach. So I was commissioned to draw this stomach from a real life preserved specimen. And I was also asked to compare the jaws of a sloth. Two different species, the three-toed and two-toed sloths, look really different from each other. So I really suggest you try to push out of your comfort zone and draw or journal about something you normally wouldn't do. It will really be educational for you, and you'll gain a greater appreciation for the three-dimensional structure and textures and patterns of things like this cow vertebrae, or this really cool, what is this, a piece of driftwood. And a couple other examples of things that are a little bit different. You could draw rocks or minerals, which I find endlessly fascinating, and they come in so many different shapes and sizes and textures and patterns. You might even draw something dead. In fact, here's a dead robin that I painted in honor of a robin that hit a friend's window. And I often have neighbors bring me dead animals that have died in their yard because they know I love drawing and studying them. So next time you're at a loss for what to draw, or you feel like you're just gonna stick with the tried and true, I suggest that you try something that's dead or dying or old or imperfect or just weird or even scary looking. And you'll really learn a lot. It'll push you out of your comfort zone, and you might really enjoy it. Now, if you'd like more tips on drawing and sketching and journaling in the natural world, I've got a program just for you. I have a program called the Nature Notebook Club, and you can learn more about it in the description box below. So I really suggest you check it out soon and lock in that low price. So in my Nature Notebook Club, I give you weekly tips every month. We do a monthly master class. We also have a monthly membership meetup at the end of each month. And that's super fun, where we get on Zoom and everybody shares their cameras and shares what they've been seeing in the natural world, whether it's the leaves turning color in the fall, or a really cool iridescent green beetle, or they've been sketching from some of the homework assignments and want to share that. So that's one of my favorite parts. But my very favorite part of my Nature Notebook program is the community. So once you're a member, you get to post in the community and see all of the other stories and journal pages from other members all over, from living in Washington State to California to Florida to New Hampshire to Canada and Europe. And so it's a really fun global community. And so when you're a member, you get to not only post your journal pages for positive feedback, but also just share your stories about things you've observed in the natural world. So I really encourage you to check out the links down below to the Nature Notebook Club and how to get in there and how to lock in your founding member price. Okay, I hope to see you in there. Take care. Bye.